7 a.m. Monday, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yes, sir.
That was Bob Dole's wake-up call from Mike, a trusted aide. It kickstarts a $42,000 a day political roadshow. There are 16 traveling staff, even a hair and makeup artist, Dole's grudging concession to the television age.
Nice quiet breakfast? Yes.
Every campaign day begins the same way. Oatmeal or oat bran for the candidate, who's occasionally joined by his wife Elizabeth, who mostly campaigns on her own.
You end up in San Antonio.
All right, here we go.
On an average day, Dole and his chartered 727 named Leader's ship will touch down in 3 cities, travel 1,500 miles. Not bad for a 72-year-old candidate who sometimes shows less wear and tear than his 30-something staff.
11 a.m., leadership departs for Dallas.
Unlike many campaigns, this one generally runs on time. Dole considers it rude to keep people waiting. There is no such thing as a standard Dole stump speech. Instead, his staff prepares a list of talking points. Sometimes he follows them, sometimes he doesn't. In fact, sometimes you get the impression Dole would like to skip the speech altogether.
So I know you're on the way to the grocery store, so I won't keep you very long.
Bob Dole is not a performer. He is that rare politician not enthralled with his own voice.
And let me just conclude by saying this. I'd say just one more thing before that.
Sometimes you seem a little reluctant on the stage.
Well, you always have a different group there, and you never know really, plus you have to say the same thing over and over again. It's kind of boring.
Let's veto Clinton in November. Let's veto Clinton in November. We ought to veto Bill Clinton in November.
To relieve the tedium, Dole looks for humor wherever he can find it. A leaky tent in a storm is a setup for a punchline.
Most of us blow in, blow off, and blow out. And maybe before we leave here, blow up. I don't know what's going to happen. So, you got to have a little fun in this business. I think people want to see some of that, just not too much, but enough to know that you're quick and you're alert, and I think that destroys the age issue.
Dole's favorite part of the day? His schedule calls it mix and mingle, a spontaneous walk through the crowds. He and his bodyguard call it mix and mangle.
Oh, I like people. I like to talk to people. Some people will tell you what they think, and others tell you somebody they know, or something want you to, they hand you something, or say they're praying for you, whatever. Yeah.
Dole goes 12 to 14 hours non-stop, usually without a moment to himself. Breakfasts, picture after picture after picture, TV interviews, and hundreds of hands. He rarely misses an opportunity to promote his agenda. Tax credits in this case.
This is my 5-year-old, that's my 2-year-old.
$500 credit for each one.
We're counting on it, sir.
Yeah, well, good. Don't give up. We're going to get it done. Get rid of Clinton. We'll get it done.
To try to soften his hard edges and emotionally connect with voters, Dole's advisors have persuaded him to tell his personal story at every stop.
Stay on your message. Stay on the message. Talk about yourself. I said, I don't like to talk about myself.
Still, he tries.
I learned if you work hard and never give up and never give up and never give up and just keep on plugging and plugging and plugging away, someday you might be a candidate for the presidency of the United States. Think of it. Somebody from Russell, Kansas, who started with Zippo. Nothing. Now, I may end up with nothing, but right now I'm on a roll. So here we go.
On a roll.
Coffee.
And honing his line of attack against a master speech maker and campaigner, President Clinton.
I'm going to go out here and rev up about 500 or 600 people.
Another 1,000 miles, another town, another speech he's not wild about giving. Still chasing a goal which might finally be within reach. Lisa Myers, NBC News, with the Dole campaign somewhere over America.